Hello, everyone. So I'm hoping I can do this reading quickly. I just wanted to show you guys the full moon in Scorpio, which is happening. Well, goodness, I don't even know what time is it. Oh, it's about 9:45 this morning. Almost 11 this after. I'm sorry, almost 1 p.m. Yeah, this afternoon. It'll be in Eastern time. It will be exactly full. But I just wanted to tell you a couple of things because I've gone through a lot of his chart already, and so I'm not going to do that. But I just wanted to talk about the fact that Algol is sitting right here at 26 degrees 25 minutes, and Uranus has passed over it, so it's actually like right in here, so close to his midheaven, which is a very hot point. You know, we have the 4 hot points in the chart, and the midheaven is our public, the way we interact with society, basically. He definitely interacts with society as a shock and awe person, always stirring up chaos, always trying to, stir the pot. He seems to like being, I don't know, what's the word, contradictory, and I don't know, he goes back and forth, right? Maybe that's stellium in Gemini there, you think? So, but he was born close to a full moon. See how his moon is here at 21 degrees of Sag? I'm sorry, yeah, Sag. And then his sun is 22 degrees of Gemini. So we're really, let's see, it's 21, 12, 22. Yeah, it wasn't much after he was born that there was an exact full moon. So we could always say that he was born under the influence of a full moon. So here we have the full moon today, and it's 22 degrees 12 minutes of Scorpio. It's down here very close to the nadir, and as the hours go by, I'll forward it and show you. It will become a tighter orb. This is a very it's a strong past life point because it's the basis of, the incarnational task. That coupled with the South Node, right? And his South Node is in Sag, so yeah, it's related to politics. It's also related to on the dark side, my way or the highway, just like his Leo ascendant and Mars in Leo. And then also, look how Mars has caught up to his natal Pluto. So there's a lot of energy pushing him to, with his power issues, with his control issues, with, he's the big guy and blah, blah, blah. So, of course, he's going to, the Persian Gulf region, and he's going to be talking about semiconductor parts and nuclear programs and oil, and I don't know if he's going to be talking to Netanyahu, but and we all know he wants a Trump Tower in Gaza, he wants a Trump Tower in Dubai, and he does want that plane that the Qatari government is trying to gift him, but is probably in complete, well, not probably, is definitely in complete violation of our Constitution under the Emoluments Clause of 25th Amendment. So, dude, what do you think you're doing? And you think you're going to get away with it? It's like, so Pluto in the 6th is not good for his health or his service. But the main thing, just remember, Algol, that July 13th incident, the ear incident, it happened the first time Uranus hit. So we had a retrogradation, now it's going forward, it's hit again, right? It's gone past it by about 20 minutes. No, almost 35 minutes, actually. But the fixed star, so Algol being a fixed stars just sit. They don't move, they don't transit around like the other planets and luminaries. What they do is just sit and blink. Sometimes they blink brighter, and sometimes brighter and stronger, and other times they kind of dim out. They do eventually burn out, but not this one. So, and this conjunction of Uranus on Algol only happens every 84 years because that's the transit, that's the length of time it takes for Uranus to move around the zodiac. So this is really important. And his natal Uranus is here. When he has his Uranus return, he'll be 84. I don't know that he's going to make it to that point, and I don't know that he would. Most people have a great enlightenment when they have a Uranus return. I don't know. I'm thinking for him it's probably more like lightning strikes. Uranus is the planet of shock. Uranus is the planet of, in a natal chart, because of evolution, the wisdom of evolutionary astrology is that it's where our soul shocks come in. Now, I believe he was Mussolini in his past life, and we know that Mussolini was executed. Now, we don't do executions anymore, but couldn't you see this right here? I mean, this would be Mussolini, this full moon, on display. Something happened when he left his last lifetime that was very shocking to him and put him on a different trajectory, possibly. But he left as being semi-famous. To have the moon on the South Node is definitely, the moon is always about fame, and the 10th house is a very public house. So there are the clues there, and history always repeats itself karmically until we get our lessons. Now, with all these, with Saturn in the 8th house of death and rebirth and other people's resources, yeah, we could say he's trying to get in there and get whatever he can. But it won't be long. It'll be the 24th of this month when Saturn first makes it into Aries, and then it will automatically conjunct. It'll just be 1 degree away, and that 0 degree, especially in Aries point, is really strong. So when we have Saturn hitting up Neptune, and Saturn moving into a strong point at the 0 degrees Aries mark, and then hitting Neptune, I think it's for him. Now, I'm not saying this would apply to other people, because if you're working in the light, it could be an excellent transit. But for him, he has so much karma and so many negative lessons to learn, and it has to do a lot with immigration and gaslighting and victimizing people. And when it hits Neptune there, I think he's going to be, because Neptune tends to dissolve whatever needs to be dissolved. And he is currently a cult leader. We all know that. Neptune is the planet for cults, and Uranus is the planet that has to do with shocks, electric situations, lightning. It's also our planet for riots, mobs and riots, like big riots of people mobbing, things like that. Mobs and riots and mobs revolting is a better way to phrase that. So the sun every day moves 1 degree. So the sun is moving towards that Uranus, Algol influence. And we remember what happened on June 13th. So there could be something like that, because this is still it has been an orb, and it continues through the end of this month. And if he makes it that long, there's another hit that happens January and February of next year. So there are some other things. We have the transiting sun squaring his Mars here. His natal Mars here. Sun square Mars brings in some tension field, because there's a spotlight put on him, and it's looking at, what do you really want, dude? Well, yeah, he wants that Qatari plane. I don't know. Some people are telling me it has a staircase in it. Well, he needs a place to go lie down often and get his transfusions and B12 injections and whatever he gets, his IVs, his IV drip, because he doesn't really drink water. He just drinks Diet Coke. Transiting Jupiter is conjunct his sun, opposing his moon. It's a separating degree, so it's backing off, but that's been there, and that's why he just has come out full force with this excess grandiosity of all these great ideas. But meanwhile, he's just caved with the China tariffs, and now we see that his whole, not pump and dump, but the other way around, dump and pump scheme for his rich friends and for himself, of course, has worked. And then, Venus is also, so transiting Venus over here is also squaring his natal Mercury here. See how Venus is at 8 degrees. Venus in Aries squares Cancer to Mercury. So again, money, things being revealed about money, and he's under that tension field. Yeah. And, Mars moving through the 12th house. Now, he has this transit through the 17th. And what we're dealing with that, or not the 17th, I'm sorry, the 16th of June. It'll take until the 16th of June before Mars moves into his first house. So, meanwhile, the 12th house is known for a lot of people, a lot of astrologers call it the house of self-undoing, things coming full circle. On the spiritual levels, for people who work in the light, it can be a wonderful transit because Mars can move a lot of energy, move you in a way, move all of us in a way to help us connect with source energy. But he doesn't do that. He's just, it's all transactional for him. So I think even when Mars gets into the first house, it's not going to, for him, this is just going to blow things up on both sides. Subconsciously, things are blowing up, implosion and self-undoing. He's gaslighting others. He's telling everyone all the time what he's doing. And then when Mars moves into the first house, it's full display. It's just going to be so out there. He's going to be out there. And his Mars return, that's going to give him, it happens, we get it every 2 years. He's going to get a little boost, So I'm going to go out on a limb and say, actually, it's not even a limb. I'm just going to say, I think that his birthday, he's going to be feeling all full of it, and he'll have a bunch of extra energy. But you know what? All of life is a power management issue. And this man is the worst at managing power. So it's going to be, on full display there. But most of all, just remember, Algol up here, I feel like he's just kind of taking himself out with his own mouth. So I'm sure there's a lot more that I could look at. We've got, the nodal axis squaring his natal nodal axis. We've got that going on. I mean, there's so much more, but I would just be sitting here for another half an hour, and I don't have any more time. So with that, sending you big hugs as always, and please take good care. Bye.